adorable. She reminds me a little bit of Lady Gaga. Hi, I'm Barbara Valente. I'm also known here in San Diego as the San Diego Vocal Coach. I'm super excited about today's video. I've been breaking down Chappell Roan's songs and her technique, and today we're going to go into one of her full songs, Red Wine Supernova. I'm going to be breaking it down, guiding you through the technique. I'm also going to provide some warm-ups for you to warm up your voice so you can try some of the things that I'm going to be teaching you today. In the comments, let me know. Let me know if they're working for you. Let me know if you have any questions. And go ahead, subscribe, hit the button below if you want to hear more vocal tips like this or hear more breakdowns like this. The first thing I would always do is warm up the head voice. We're going to just do some lip trills. So I like to do top down, starting on an E. Just thirds. You're going to keep your throat nice and open. Contract your abdominals. Surge. Now, if you cannot do those, take a straw. Pinch the end of the straw. Don't completely pinch it, but just lightly pinch it. And just hum through it. You're going to feel the connection to your abs. And you're going to feel pressure here. That's what you're looking for. Make sure you're pinching enough that you're getting some resistance. Blowing air, humming. We're going to continue to build that head voice because she also brings her head down into her mix, and we want to connect those. I like to use a forward vowel like an E or an I. And we're also going to think heh. Now it's not here, it's not heh, it's heh. So I'm really kind of thinking way up here. I'm going to go heh. Now, when I warm up, I like to drive the air really forward to get a lot of activity with the breath. I might not sing it with that much intensity when I'm actually singing the song, but I'm warming up, right? So again, an E or an I, using a heh or a heh to start it. Now you try it. Good. Try it. Now make sure you're not feeling anything in the throat. You should feel a lot of air pressure moving through, I call it like an imaginary hole in your forehead. And you want to extend that air out in front of you. Now you try it. Good. You can take this up as high as you feel comfortable. For our purposes, I'm just going to take you up to a B today. You try it. Let's change it to a pure E. Now, when you do the E, don't put the glottal down here. Don't go E. Put the H of the he or he up here. Exercise, if you do the E and you're feeling it grabbing and holding, you're doing it wrong. It's such a closed vowel, you got to use a lot of breath energy. Let's go back to he. Good. Let's do a little bit of going to the mix. We're gonna go from an E to an ah and slide down. Most important thing for this is that you're gonna drop your jaw, open the space down here, keep your breath support consistent, do not drop that. We're starting on an E, we're moving to an ah, then we're sliding down on the ah and making space. You try one. Make sure you're dropping your jaw and opening the space down here. It's gonna get softer as you get down lower. And then the last thing I would do to warm up for this song, I would work on my high chest nasality, make sure I'm not singing in my throat. I do a ga, and I would just do thirds. Ga, 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 ga. I'm waking up the nasal resonators. I'm not feeling that here. I'm putting that G right behind here. I'm not dropping my jaw excessively. I'm not going ga, ga, ga. I'm going ga, 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 ga. Ga, 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 ga. Drive in the air. You try one. Watch yourself in the mirror. Are you dropping your jaw? Ga, 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 ga. I know, it sounds horrible, doesn't it? It's meant to sound horrible because I'm really trying to activate this area. I'm trying to get it as far away from my throat. So by kind of putting my mind's eye up here and the G, gang, 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 keeping it there, it's gonna help me from not grabbing down here. Gang, 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 gang. The more whiny and kind of munchkin-y it sounds, the better. It doesn't hurt. It sounds horrible out here, but I don't feel anything in here. All that sound is really generating from up here. So when I sing some of the belt stuff that you're gonna hear her do, it's gonna be easier because I've warmed up that area of the voice. All right, we're listening to Red Wine Supernova by Chappell Roan, and we're gonna kind of break down some of the technical things she does.
Playboy, Richard Bardot, she showed me things I didn't know.
So right off the bat, she's kind of in a softer, what I call grain of her voice. She was a playboy. It's very relaxed, she's kind of singing through the tip of the teeth in their tongue. She was a playboy. It's very easy. She's releasing a little bit of breath, so it's not like she was a playboy. She's not deep down. She's kind of light.
She did it right there, out on the deck. Put her canine teeth in the side of my neck.
I just love it. Right, right, right. Where she does a little bit of the vocal fry. She'll just put that in. It's like a nice little color. So I'm gonna move to her live version right now because sometimes when I listen to their live recordings, I can get a better idea of what they're doing technically because the studio recordings can mask a lot.
I just wanna get to know ya. Guess I didn't quite think it through.
So I do feel like she's now, I just want to get to know ya. She's actually staying in her high chest, okay? Wasn't quite sure when I was listening to it if she was, but now when I look at her live, she is staying in her high chest. I do hear her going into her mix. Mini skirts and my go-go boots. And then she goes back into her high bright chest on go-go boots. And here she goes, no. She'll put a little H release. Nova. That little ho, you can hear it, helps propel the air so she can get that note. In the editing process of a lot of studio recordings, sometimes they'll take out those breaths to make it sound more seamless, but when you hear it live, you can hear technically what she's doing. Okay, so let's break that down. This is a very difficult section, right? Because she comes right out of the gate in her head voice, and then she keeps it in her chest and slides up into her nose. Now, she's keeping her chest open, over, and she's saying the, right? She's not going over, right? Because that would sound horrible, because the R's, right? Red wine supernova, same thing. And she's always keeping a little bit of that nose feeling so she doesn't go nova and choke herself. That's the really important thing here. When you're cascading into that low register and you're going back up, if you go all the way down and sit into that weight and try to carry that weight up, you're not going to make it. But if you feel a sense of in those bottom notes, you'll be okay. Baby, why don't you come over? Hear that? Over. Instead of over, then I'm tightening and I'm tensing and I'm grabbing and I don't have any nasal focus in that. Really important to do that. And then back into falling into. She goes back into her high chest, falling into me. And then she's in her full chest, never fully releasing off of her nose throughout. Okay, that's a wrap on Red Wine Supernova. I really enjoy breaking down her technique and what she's doing. She's really a fabulous singer, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she grows as an artist. If there are any other artists that you want me to break down or songs, please do leave them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to do that.